Summer started, and I've been staying pretty busy outside doing work. I've been working on the sawmill, cutting up the timber and lumber and stuff like that for the warehouse that we've got to do. I brought some gravel in and had spread it out. We've been doing a lot of work around here. Seems like every chance we get. Weather's been pretty nice for the most part. We have had some rain and some foul weather where I was able to get some stuff done indoors, but I just been busy. Of course, it started the flying season, the summer season, flying for the fishing game, for the salmon season. So all in all, I've been staying pretty busy with everything, and I haven't really wanted to take the time to do any video editing. We're getting way behind on that. I took a little bit of video flying at the start of the season, but I really haven't even bothered getting the cameras out and taking any video lately because a lot of that seems like it gets kind of redundant until I can get a different angle for the cameras and stuff or figure something else out. So anyway, I've gotten kind of behind on all my video editing and video taking and stuff like that. But the other day, on Thursday, we went out to do a vessel survey, counting the boats and seeing where they're dispersed for the salmon seine fishery in our districts. And the weather was a little bit sour, low ceiling, fog. We had to fight around it a little bit. Took a little bit longer for some of it than we expected, but we did get the names and the boats and stuff like that of where they were fishing and whatnot. Anyway, while we were flying there, counting the boats, we were coming south down Chatham Straits on the west side of QU Island, and right abeam Tebenkoff Bay, we come across a pod of humpback whales playing out there. And I had never quite seen as many whales as that acting the way they did in one spot. There are a lot of humpback whales in this country. They've increased in number over the years, and they're almost a nuisance for the guys when they're fishing out there. But this was a pretty good pod of whales there, and they were acting different than what I'd ever seen before. There was probably about 25 of them in the bunch, tight together, playing, or whatever they were doing. And then there were 100 of them around in that area. So like I said, there's hundreds of them here in Southeast Alaska now. Well, anyway, I didn't have a camera with me. I've got a new cell phone, one of these new super smartphones that does everything but tie your shoes for you, but I don't really know how to use it, and I've had it in the airplane. I dug it out and took a little bit of video of that, but again, it's not as good as I would have hoped, as I would have liked, I should say, because it's really hard to use a new piece of equipment taking video when you don't know what you're doing. And again, we were flying at about 300 feet or so under the fog, flat, calm, glassy water day, and it's bad enough hand-holding the camera in the airplane when you're flying along like that, but when you've got to do a turn, low-altitude turn, it's a little bit difficult. So anyway, I did the best I could, and after looking at the video, it turned out better than I could have hoped, actually. It turned out better than I expected, I should say. Anyway, I was going to try to post it up right away, but then I couldn't figure out how to download that video off of the cell phone onto the computer to get it edited, and it took me a couple days to figure that out. Well, meanwhile, the next day we were flying, doing some stream surveys and stuff, counting fish or checking to see where fish were, if they were still in different areas, to see if we could open up, not we, they. I just do the flying, point things out to them. But anyway, we did some more flying to see if we could see where the fish were laid out in different areas and stuff. And again, the weather was not perfect. We had to work around the fog and over the fog and whatnot, but it was a successful flight. It was a beautiful day other than that, as it was blue sky above the foggy, cloudy areas, but we were able to work that. And so I thought I would go ahead and handheld some pictures with the camera again, with the cell phone again, and tack those in there. So meanwhile, to lead this in, I'll show a little bit of old footage of pre-flight in the airplane, getting it ready to go, and then a little bit of stuff that my wife took handheld out of the camera, with her cell phone, I guess I should say, when we were taking off from the city of Petersburg here. I took her for a ride for her birthday a couple months ago, and she took some video from that. So gets a pretty good picture of taking off from the city of Petersburg, and then we'll put in the new cell phone video of the whales and whatnot that I just took.